going to have to be done through teamwork. It's going to have to be done through our development of our younger players. It's going to have to be done through hard work, and I think our training camp started off that way, and I think those are trademarks that kind of extended throughout the season.
We really did have an issue at point guard. At the end of the day, Jose wasn't playing like himself, and I think once the trade happened, you started to see the Jose that we all know and love.
Everybody definitely stepped up their game and wanted to play. You know, we definitely took on challenges when they came our way, and we showed what type of team we could be when we really all play together.
Unfortunately, the injuries hit quite often this season, and I think Reggie Evans going out of the lineup had a significant impact.
This year, he got caught up in being the primary scorer and not maybe being as focused at the defensive end, and that needs to change.
For the most part, we were what we were, a team that lacked the experience and the talent to win.
Let's turn this into a positive. Our young guys are going to have to play. Let's get them the NBA experience that they're going to need in order to help this franchise as we move forward.
Welcome into part 2 of the Raptors season in review. I'm David Amber. DeMar DeRozan said goodbye to 2010 in style, pouring in a career-best 37 points against the Houston Rockets on New Year's Eve. After many hours of hard work put in right here at the practice facility of the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan had an excellent second half to the Raptors season.
DeRozan driving right into traffic, and he's able to finish. DeRozan slicing right through. DeMar DeRozan leading the way here for the Raptors. He's feeling it right now. DeRozan with 37 points, a new career high.
We had an idea what he had. We just didn't know where he was going to take it this year.
He gets 37 on the road in Houston. And January 1st on, each month, he never averaged less than 18.
Sometimes it's just a switch inside you that all of a sudden go, you know what? I can do this, and I can be pretty good at this. You can just see it in his eyes that it's all starting to happen, and he's seeing the game, not just with the blinders on, but the blinders are off now. It's playing the game at a controlled speed. It's playing the game in a way that I get it now.
He even acknowledged it partway through the season when he said the game just sort of slowed down and the hoop looked a little bit bigger. And usually that might only last a couple of games, couple of weeks, couple of months. For him, it lasted pretty much the entire second half of the season.
I think that game definitely helped me, knowing that, you know, I can score in this league, you know, and if I'm aggressive and get to the free throw line, ain't no telling what can happen on any given night. So, you know, that definitely rose my confidence December 31st.
When it flipped to 2011, he suddenly became a new guy.
I think DeMar had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Felt like he got a little bit snubbed last year in terms of you know, people talking about him as a possible all-rookie candidate.
He was 14th in the NBA in scoring for rookies last year. Now, if you look at the sophomores, he's 3rd. I just think that right there says how much he's climbed up.
This year he had something to prove, and he did exactly that. He came in focused. He worked hard all summer. He came in with a year's experience under his belt where he knew what to expect night in and night out, going against some of the top elite players in the game.
It was a big step forward for him, you know. From last year to this year, I think he did pretty good. Somebody will like how he improving his jumper and a lot of things he can do on the court right now, and he realized that he can be one of our guys. He can be the franchise player.
He was the focal point for us. He made the shots. He made shots with primary defenders guarding him and was able to score with primary defenders guarding him.
I think the fact that he understood that he needed to become more of a complete player. It wasn't just about slashing, he had to work on his mid-range game. But when his mid-range game was going, he also knew that he still had to be a slasher and be aggressive and get to the line.
And I just think his work ethic has vaulted him to the point where he is that type of player now, where he can score on a consistent basis.
If y'all know this kid's been so much work in the gym, and to see it pays off the way it is only like, wow. You know in your heart he only going to get better because I can go somewhere for like a month. I know he's going to be in that gym.
He has put himself in a situation right now where everybody is looking at this young man and noticing the jump in his game and just how he competes on a nightly basis.
I've got a very high projection for DeMar. I know he sees it and feels it, and you know, those are situations where you get really excited.
He's going to get stronger. He's still a young body with great athletic ability. With that strength is going to be the ability to play through the physical part of the game and get to the free throw line more, to be able to play extended minutes as he had to this year at a higher level. And I just think that, you know, his upside is huge.
He's a guy that I think is destined for greatness in this game if he focuses on a couple more key areas.
Just become more of a complete player, more of a do-it-all player, you know, rebound more from assists to being more of a defensive player.
And I think just overall, you know, developing a three-point shot, you know, he will add an entirely new dimension to his game offensively that will be significant for him to take that next step.
I mean, he's got things that he needs to get better at, but we couldn't be more pleased with his development.
Sky's the limit for him. You know, I mean, I think he has a chance to be one of the all-stars in this league.
He's special. You know, he's obviously very gifted athletically and can do some things that not too many people in the world can do. So, you know, we just got to continue to get better, and I think the sky's the limit for him.
I think Raptor fans should be licking their chops right now saying, you know what, we got some guy that's a lot of fun to watch. We're watching him grow, and he could be somebody that could be here for a long, long time as a key piece.
Before the Raptors and DeRozan crossed the Atlantic to London, England, a new unproven wingman would join the team, hoping to show he belongs.
New Toronto Raptor James Johnson is here at the ACC. He chose 0 because he said he was working from the ground up.
What a debut it was for James Johnson. Facing the team he just left, he showcased his skill and will as the Raptors shocked the top team in the East.
James Johnson, oh, how high can you fly?
James Johnson is a guy that, you know, I'm so happy we have him.
But here's a guy that really was just wallowing on the bench of Chicago, not getting a chance to prove himself. Now all of a sudden you're a starter. You're a starter in the NBA from not playing. And I thought it was a great gamble by Brian Colangelo.
Opposed to a guy coming in fresh and needing to start from ground zero, this is a guy that has a little bit of his own chip, if you will, in terms of what he's got to prove.
He said, I'm treating this as my rookie season because I didn't get a chance to play as much as I thought I should have in Chicago. Comes over to Toronto, he gets that chance.
I mean, we're all young, you know, so we treat everybody as family. You know, James came in and he fit right away. You know, I mean, when he came in, I think our fast break definitely improved with him pushing the ball up the floor.
Showing what James Johnson can do.
The Raptors really haven't had a James Johnson.
I kind of liken him to that Swiss Army knife. I mean, he can do so many things. He's got good size. He's got good athleticism. He can handle the ball a bit. He can shoot the ball a bit.
A three-man to go inside, outside, dunk on you, defend, pass the ball, bring it up, and transition.
He brought toughness to the team. I think some defensive intensity. He really can defend the three spot. And he's a versatile player. Playmaking skills are good, but he can guard a couple different positions out there. So I think he added an element this year that we were lacking, and I hope it works out longer term.
He was a great find for this organization, and I think that you know, as he gets better with his focus and a little bit more cautious with the basketball, he's going to find his niche in the game, and he's going to be extremely valuable.
With another high flyer on board, the Raptors took off for London, England, to make NBA history against the New Jersey Nets.
Yeah, it was the first time in the history of NBA that we played a regular season game in Europe, so it was fun. I was glad to be part of that, and it was a great experience.
It really is a great opportunity for the players to kind of get out of their normal routine and element and share time in a different country and experience some of those things.
It's when you do go on trips like that and you go through time changes and different things, you do it with friends and you do it with teammates. It can only help bring the team together.
It was a little, you know, weird, you know, seeing the cars driving on the other side of the road. You know, we got to see Big Ben. We got to see a couple bridges. I think it was a good experience in London, you know, and we
you saw a different kind of fan base out there.
I think that the intensity of those games, because of the fans and because of it being the first time outside of North America during the regular season, it meant a lot more to our guys and to a lot of people than it would have been had we gone to Secaucus, New Jersey, to play those games there.
I think the fans appreciated that too. Even, as I said, even though neither of these teams were going to the playoffs, they came out, they played hard. The competitive part of them still wanted to win, and I think they put on a terrific show for the people over there.
DeMar driving, spinning, DeRozan left hand, got it, ties it.
DeRozan makes the turn, pops it out, here's Barbosa for the lead.
Bang on! Leandro Barbosa.
Final seconds, Bargnani comes up short, and the Nets have defeated the Raptors in triple overtime.
You know, you look at the games, and the games we played really well. I mean, the one game goes to triple overtime, and we had different ways to score, and we couldn't find a way down the stretch.
I wish we would have came out with victory, but you know, that was definitely a fun game for us, and I think it'd be one to remember.
I think it was one of the most kind of memorable games of the season. You know, we definitely played our heart out there. You know, and we definitely try to take that win home.
One day these guys are going to be able to appreciate that and realize that, you know, maybe when this game is global, and maybe when there's a Euro division in the NBA, that all these guys in the locker room could say, you know what, I was part of the beginning of that.
Two teams walking off the court to a standing ovation to a full house in a triple overtime loss was scripted well. I think it was scripted well for us, it was scripted well for the NBA, and it was a great experience for everyone on the whole.
Despite losing both games in England, that experience helped the growth of the Raptors' young players, who were thrust into the forefront for the team down the stretch.
With the 13th pick in the 2010 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Ed Davis from the University of North Carolina.
After being selected 13th overall in the 2010 draft, Ed Davis missed all of Raptors training camp and the first 17 games of the season with a torn meniscus. Still, he rebounded and led the team in double-doubles, showcasing that he's a key part of this Raptors franchise moving forward.
Calderon running. DeMar, gives it to Ed Davis with the thunderous slam. Woo, what a play.
When he hit the floor, one thing was clear about Ed Davis. He knew how to play defense, and he knew how to rebound the basketball.
The thing that's great about him is a lot of the intangibles that are missing from this team or have been missing from this team for a couple of seasons, he addresses.
We talk about basketball IQ. He has it. He has that knack, that it that you look for in a player. He catches the ball in traffic, all kinds of people around him, and makes a play. He doesn't. How many times you see a young guy? How many times you see a veteran? They get the ball and they get rid of the ball because there's people all around him. He makes a play.
He's got a great understanding of the game. He got better every single day, and we saw the rise, and even the last month of the season was his best.
Double-doubles, being able to change shots down there in the paint, block shots, and he can definitely run the floor.
He definitely showed some energy and some athleticism, you know, when you see him in the post and the way he can, you know, spring up, you know, and run block shots too. You know, he was definitely a big help.
Me personally, just hustling and rebounding and block shots and just being a team player and just a good guy in the locker room to be around.
Shot clock to 4. Oh, Ed Davis! Ed Davis, how do you like that? How do you like that?
Ed Davis, to me, I think could end up being the steal of the draft.
I think when you look at Ed Davis, he has shown me enough to say, you know what, this kid not only can be good, but he can be one of the better rebounding power forwards in this league.
He's just got a good feel for the game, and I think that you're going to see a young man develop as he gets bigger and stronger.
He's got a knack for the ball. He's going to get better at shooting the basketball, and when he does that, he's going to be just like DeMar. That jump shot's going to open up even more things.
Still don't think he was 100% with his knee. Once he get back stronger this summer and come back ready next year, sky's the limit for him. Just all the hard work that DeMar put in last summer, you know, is just something that I want to do, and so guys can come in next year and be like, he worked hard. I can tell he got better.
To do what he did, accomplish what he was able to accomplish with the setback of missing training camp, missing the first month and a half of the season, rehabilitating an injury and coming in and trying to find his footing in the league, he did a great job, and I just have to say that we're thrilled to have him.
I think he's in the driver's seat right now, so the only thing you got to do is just keep that feet on that pedal and keep on going.
While the rookie's game developed, his mentor, Amir Johnson, showed the heart of a warrior, playing through injuries and providing clutch baskets.
Heels off, deep post position. Oh! It goes! Amir Johnson!
Before you say you can't play, take a look at Amir Johnson. Before you say, I don't know if I feel it today, take a look at Amir Johnson. Because there's a guy that, I tell you what, I tip my hat to.
Amir's a hard worker. He made a sacrifice. He got out there and he played because he knew that's what his team needed.
He came in with some pressure. Here's a guy who's got the new contract. Does he deserve the money, all this? Okay, forget the money. All right? Look at the way he plays.
I really love the game, though. I just try to just provide help for my team. I didn't want to sit out. I hate getting hurt. I hate sitting out. So I try to get in there and give them all.
Amir, just constant. Played through pain, and I think his numbers are even skewed this year because of his wanting to play through the ankle injury, through the back pain that he had.
I was impressed with the way his offense started to come around, and he continued to play within himself and do the things that he did best for the team. Block shots, rebound, run the floor. He was terrific in that screen roll with Jose Calderon rolling hard to the basket.
We wanted him to get better by not fouling so much, and he did that, but unfortunately he got injured, so he wasn't on the floor as much as we'd like, because we're a better basketball team when he's on the floor.
He's another guy that I think one of many guys that has to work hard this summer and continue to improve his game, because he's going to be given a role next year. And it's nice to have the ability to do many things, but once you're given a role, know exactly what's expected and what, quote, tools you need to bring to fulfill that role.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing, continue working, with our staff and our coaches, and just continue getting better. That's all I can say.
For Jared Bayless, his arrival in Toronto meant a fresh start. But this time, on his third team in 3 years, he was given the chance to lead, and he didn't disappoint.
Bayless looking for the shot. Got it at the buzzer. Welcome to Toronto.
Once I got here, I couldn't have been happier. It's a great city, a great organization, and, it's a great team.
It took a while for him to get a comfort level coming off the bench himself. I think he's a guy that needs rhythm minutes, but, nights when he played extended minutes, you saw what he was capable of doing.
I think once he realized he could get other guys going and that he could get the basketball back and get the shot at any time he wanted, I think he went to the next step.
We saw Jared, take the opportunity to play and turn it into a guy where he scored extremely well and was able to close out games for us with his ability to drive to the basket.
The last 5 games I didn't play, I think he showed, he can play, he can score a lot of points. He can easily score 20 points every night. It's really good news to have him all those minutes, and he was good.
I think the key thing for him is he has shown me of late that he is willing to run a team, appreciate the talents around him, get other people involved, be high percentage oriented in his approach, and do a solid job of picking his spots of when to be a scorer and when to be a distributor.
But the most intriguing part about Jared Bayless is that from a defensive perspective, there's no back down. When you're talking about initiating a better defensive stand, it starts at your point guard spot. And Jared Bayless has shown that he might be outmatched, but he's not going to give up any ground. You're going to have to take it from him.
Can he get better? Sure. Can he be a better floor general and really get a feel for running the point? Yes, because he is somewhat of a combo guard, but I think with his explosiveness, his power, his ability to pull up and hit big shots, and some of the things that he's capable of doing defensively for us, I think he's a good fit for this team.
Right now we're young, but it's just a perfect situation for me. I'm happy I got an opportunity. Hopefully it just continues.
With so many young, talented parts, the Raptors' future promises to be brighter. As the season came to a close, there was no denying the disappointment in a 22-win season. But for the Raptors organization, there's hope that from pain can come progress.
There's a saying in sports, sometimes you have to be bad before you get good. And, not that we were bad. Yeah, the 22 wins is not what we want. And we're all competitive and we all care. and we all hurt when we lose, just like the fans.
Sometimes you got to fail to succeed, and you know we went to a tough year together, and we know what it feels like to lose, and you know now we know what not to do.
We see our mistakes this season, and all we can do is fix them and get better.
It's growing pains. It's part of life in any scenario, and it's even more magnified on the basketball court when you're trying to grow in a very tough league, and winning is not easy, and you have to learn how to win, and I think the Raptors made a big step in trying to accomplish that. You never learn by losing, but you learn through the adversity, and you hope that at some point in time it strengthens your resolve, that you say, you know what, ain't happening anymore. I'm fed up, I'm sick of it, I'm going to do whatever it takes to not let that happen to me again.
You never want to be in a situation again, you know, you always want to be playing for something at the end of the year, whether it be playoffs, but, you know, we just learn from it, and it'll motivate a lot of guys on this team this offseason.
So that's all part in putting the seed in the ground to plant it, you know, so you got to go through the being patient and waiting till you get a root, you know, like, dog, when they gonna come? You know, then eventually it's come in time. So we're gonna look back on it and, you know, enjoy it and smile on it, and just knowing that, hey, we're not going back to that point.
For the Raptors, reflecting on this past season is important, but clearly their focus now is on what lies ahead.
It's amazing when you think about it, you know, what some of these kids were able to go out and accomplish at their young age. But at the same time, they've all got a long way to go. They need to get better. We need to get better as an organization. And there's no better way to do that than to put yourself in a competitive environment, competitive situation where you're going to get those minutes, log that experience that will help you understand what's in store for you in the future.
All the guys on the team are hungry and want to get better. We're young. We're not really that proven in the league, so everybody wants to get better, and so we can just build as a team and get the Raptors back on the map.
I think we're gonna be good. We just got to tighten up a couple things, and next year is a big year for us, a big year for the organization, and everybody gave us an opportunity to come out here and play this year. So I think we got to repay them and take strides and get better for next year.
I definitely think for a fact we could be in the playoff, make it to the playoffs. All we need is that one key piece that we was missing, and I think we'll be just fine.
We got a good draft pick. You know, we're gonna bring another young guy in, and it's just gonna be another improvement for us, and we just gonna get better. Bear with us. Might take us some time, but we getting better.
You don't give up your kids for adoption when they're 2 years old. I mean, they're just starting to form their personality. You're just starting to form who they are, and that's where our guys are right now. And we're working with those guys. And I think the fans in Toronto have to appreciate that our guys, DeMar, Amir, Sonny, Jared Bayless, James Johnson, they love the city of Toronto. They love this franchise. They love their teammates. They love the coaching staff.
It's a situation where, I can't think of a better environment for them to thrive. They took advantage of it. They are thriving, and now it's up to us to make sure that we continue that growth.
And the face of this franchise can change drastically now. With a good draft pick, with money to spend in free agency, and above all, the development of our young players as the core.
We're a young team, so we're just going to keep building, just keep getting better. We're going to go up from here.
I definitely think, without a doubt, it's a bright future for us next year.